everyone, finally I have seen Christopher Nolan movie Tenet. Finally I have seen it. Over the time a lot of people have asked me, how come you haven't seen Tenet yet? I couldn't see it because all the theater near me is closed. Still is closed, so I might not able to see many movies I want to see. Not that I want to see Christopher Nolan's movie in theater. The only movie I have seen, like Christopher Nolan's movie I have seen theater, is The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises. Those are the movies I have seen in theater. Normally, like, I don't go out of my way to see it in theater, mainly because it's often very hard to understand what the people are saying on screen. If you, especially, when this movie came out, first of all, I should say this. I couldn't, like, when I was watching this movie, I couldn't believe the time this movie came out. It was peak time of the pandemic where people's life were really so stressful. People were not looking to get more puzzled. They were looking to get some entertainment out of movies. So I understand why this movie got such a backlash from the audience. Same time, someone who sees thousands of movies, I must say this movie... this review is like, it's gonna be split between as a reviewer and as an audience if I think about this movie. Because as a reviewer, if I think about this movie, when I was watching this movie is a highly ambitious movie. Come on, this is the movie, like, nobody makes movie like this, of course, like Christopher Nolan's movie. He put so much thought into his movie. So if I think about reviewer, this movie is special cinematography, production design, set pieces, action scenes in this movie, absolutely amazing. If I had to give mark, I would get 10 out of 10. Music, although the music is so loud when people saw it in theater. Also, the score for this movie is also very amazing. I think, if I'm not wrong, isn't it Black Panther music score person? He did music for this movie, if I'm not wrong. It was pretty good. So if I think about, as a reviewer, if I try to review this movie, it's really very well made movie. But if I think about as the audience, most of my review, I do it as the audience. Because most people, they don't care about this stuff I just mentioned. They care about, is it entertaining? Is this movie entertaining? So if I think about if this movie entertaining or not, I would say this movie is like, it's not very entertaining, unfortunately, because even though watching this movie was really curious, like you watch this movie with your curious mind, like your curiosity, but when you finish watching this movie and you look back, you're like this movie doesn't have the character you can get behind. So my favorite Christopher Nolan movie is Interstellar, Prestige, and even Insomnia is very good movie. Those movies, especially those movies, are character-centered movie. Like, end of the day, many people, I actually like Inception because of Leonardo DiCaprio. Because Leonardo DiCaprio in that movie, his character is like, he's a father, he's a husband, and he's trying to, although I didn't love this movie like some people do, but I understand his motivation, he's trying to get back to his kids, especially he's not allowed to enter in the country, so his life is very, like, you feel for him end of the day. Although that movie had so much puzzle, it was worth seeing, but still that character, you forget behind him because of what he's going through. And also his wife was kind of crazy, you know what I mean? Like, all this thing, Interstellar, Matthew McConaughey's character, he's very interesting character. Like, he's a farmer, he has 2 kids, he was trying to get back to his kids. You understand all this motive. Even Prestige is, I think, his best work, I must say. That movie is so good. Hugh Jackman and Hugh Jackman's character and his motivation, like, you feel for him, he lost his wife and all those things. Christian Bale character, even, you feel for his life, like his wife and his brother, like he wants to live that life, he wants to, like, how sacrifice, like, end of that movie when he says the sacrifice you make for your magic trick. So when I think about all these movies I just mentioned, this movie doesn't have any of those things. The John David Washington, while I thought he did really amazing job in this movie, like, especially, I think this is the first time Christopher Nolan has worked with a black actor, if I'm not wrong, or any color people, I think. So I think this is first time he's working with color people. If I'm not wrong, let me know in the comments. So this is first time, and I saw many people felt frustrated that John David Washington character doesn't have a name. He's just a protagonist in this movie, and his character motivation, I mean, like, he's doing these things. I cannot give any spoiler because I'm pretty sure many people haven't seen this movie like me. So his character, like, you cannot get behind him. Like, he's just doing his job, you know what I mean? Like, he's not doing this, like, he doesn't have any layer in his character. He's just a simple protagonist. And end of this movie, when you feel like, because he's the, like, center of this movie, you cannot get behind him. All the reason I mentioned earlier on all those movies. So I didn't see actually Dunkirk. I don't think I only saw half of Dunkirk. I didn't like that movie. Like, so I think this movie is quite similar to kind of like Dunkirk, go, but I don't know. This movie, as I was saying, came out in such a difficult time. That being said, I really liked Robert Pattinson in this movie. He looked really pretty. What can I say? He looked really pretty with his blonde hair, and I was like, oh, he looked really good. And the actress, I forgot her name. I think Elizabeth Debicki is her name. Also like Kenneth Braga. I think Kenneth Braga, however, he was like very interesting, the villain he was playing in this movie. I was like, oh, like he played with his full attention, this character, you know. He's just a villain and mafia boss or whatever he was playing. I thought he really committed to the character, you know. He was really bad guy, torturing his wife, like, especially what is her name? Elizabeth Debicki. She was so sad in this movie because her character, the way it was written, there isn't any likable character in this movie. The only reason I liked Robert Pattinson is because of his look. He looked really pretty, and he's Batman, so, you know, he gives you some hope. And that means that he was really good though, by the way, in this movie. His character, I thought he was charming and very, actually, I was really shocked how good he was, if I'm being honest. So overall, is this movie worth checking out? Do I think? Of course it's worth checking out, especially if you like Christopher Nolan movie. But the thing about this movie, I don't know why he kept insisting this movie seeing in theater. If I'm being honest, this movie didn't have like grand action scene he was talking. There was something blowing, but it's not like, because still you have to go theater to see movie to get entertained. If I say honest about this movie, did this movie have the entertaining value? It did have, but I watched it on my couch, lying down with my remote caption on. But can you imagine watching this at theater? You'll be really disappointed at this movie. But if you are planning to like see it on DVD or like rent it for $5 or something, it's definitely worth checking out. Or I think it's gonna be free very soon on HBO Max, if I'm not wrong. Let me know in the comment. And that's my thought on this movie. Did I enjoy this movie? It's not about enjoying, it's just about checking it out because it's Christopher Nolan movie. You do want to check it out. If you know what I mean. That was my thought on this movie. Thank you so much for checking this out. Let me know in the comment. Did you enjoy this my review? Don't forget to subscribe and please take care.